Alright, good afternoon. Here we are in the world of indoor plants. So imagine you're kind of in a subtropical, tropical jungle. And the forest canopies overhead, super dark. And you're living down below. You're trying to get some sunlight. So think about what kind of an adaptation a plant would need in terms of its leaves, its foliage, its growth habit, in order to survive in such a dark, dark place. I'm going to give you some hints. Plants like this. Like that. Plants like this. Common indoor plants, well suited for our dark indoor environments. What is their adaptation to living in such dark places? Here we are amongst a cluster of our fun fern friends. A lot of the ferns, they don't seem to mind the indoors. They don't mind the shady canopies as long as you give them plenty of water. When you grow them indoors or outdoors, a lot of times you start coming up on these weird spots on the underside of the fronds. Let's take a look at some of them. On this one, we peeling and peeling. What the heck? And it'll come over here. Oh my gosh. And over this way. And down below on this bird's nest too. What the heck are these things? Is this some kind of a disease? Or some kind of a bug? What are these little specks? Should I get rid of them if they come up on my indoor plant? So you're in the jungle and it is seasonally flooded, it's real wet and humid. And so say you're a palm or a screw pine or something living in this kind of environment. The water is coming in, going out, going up, going down, just like the tides. What do you think would be a good adaptation for your roots to have? Given that the water is coming and going and a little silt and mud goes high and goes low. Here we go. I'm going to give you a couple of hints. Take a look. You got this guy. Another one. Another one. This one's a screw pine, pandanus. Following it down. And they are again. All these weird props. This here on a Chamaedorea palm. So the specific question is, what's the name of this kind of structure? I'll give you a hint. Kind of has to do with circus folks. The ones that walk real tall. Alright, that's it. Okay, this is another jungle adaptation question. So if the air is real wet and humid all the time, and it seems like you get nutrition just from floating around on the sky, what kind of an adaptation would you have in terms of your stems and your roots and maybe even your leaves? Here's the hint. Take a quick look. You're like, what the heck are all these little white long fibers growing all along this stem? Why they be sticking out into the air for? And then if I get that in my indoor plant, should I be cutting them off? Are they some kind of weird disease? Okay, this next question is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but here we go. This one here is a Bocarnia ponytail palm. Nice looking specimen. Pretty old. Or coming flowing down his trunk. It's going a little bit, but it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Whoa, nice trunk. So the question is, looking at this granddaddy in his pot, and moving over this way too. Nice fig tree. Y'all see these common in office buildings up around town, skyscrapers, buildings everywhere. Coming down to this trunk, down to the container, And what the heck's that boa thing coming to the right-hand side of it? What the heck is that? So the question is, why should you repot your plants, your indoor plants, from time to time? What's the purpose of repotting? So I'm here in the greenhouse. I came upon these old weird old plants. My boss, Stephen Brown, he loves to grow them. I'm looking at them, and I'm looking at them like, what the heck? They're just little pieces. They're not in pots, they're not in sticks. That's it. That's the whole plant. They seem to be doing well. They're not dried up, brown, and dead. But what the heck are they doing? How can they get their nutrition? If they got no roots going out, no soil, how do they get their nutrition? How are they even alive? It's such a weird plant. We'll go in for a little bit closer look. So I repeat, how do these strange old plants, just sitting on a fence, or maybe if you're in Central South America, what have you, they're just sitting on the wires, telephone wires, hanging off of trees. How do they get their nutrition? How do they feed themselves? Oh, here I am in the back of the greenhouse, surrounded by this most beautiful flower of flowers, the orchids. My boss, Stephen Brown, and his friend Tom Perlee, they grow some real nice orchids back here. They're a popular indoor plant. They're so beautiful. But it seems like sometimes you get them from the store, they bloom, and then that's it. Unless you can provide for them the conditions they like. That kind of bright filtered light that they would get in the forest canopy, and regular moisture. But we're going to go in for a little bit closer look on this one particular one. I'm going here, fill around with his parts a little bit. So excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Orchid. I'll pop that cap. What the heck? You see these little couple of orange looking yellow things in there? Let's go in a little bit closer. Let's see if I can just pop this guy's off. There we go. Oh, there's another one in my hand too. Alright, sticky stuff. You can let go now. Let's see if that comes out. See these guys? They look like a little pair of orange nuts. What the heck are these things? Alright, think plant parts. Name those parts. That's it. I'm still here in the back with the orchids. I come across this little cart with all sorts of supplies on it. So if you're working in a nursery, you always got a bunch of equipment laying around that's useful to you as you take care of your plants. And I see this thing, looks like a torch, and I come over this side, see a bunch of Q-tips, some alcohol. So thinking about the culture of orchids, the culture of indoor plants in general, why would you want to have alcohol Q-tips and a butane porch around? So, I hint to you, it's not for plumbing purposes. It's not for soldering, nothing like that. Think pathogens, think disease. Well, we're here in the jungle, in the domain of indoor plants. And say you're a plant and you can't run away. And some creatures, they all come, they're hungry, they want to come and eat parts of you. What can you do in order to increase your chances of survival? And to fend off these predators or these herbivores and keep yourself alive. All right, this here's a dogbane, a Apocinaceae. Let's try another fig tree. All right, that's enough plant torture for one day. There's a jungle vine I'm cultivating called Banisteriopsis. Let's go in for a little bit closer look though. Not too healthy. Probably prefer more junglean conditions. Are you seeing this weird stuff? See these little specks on there? Brown specks. What do you think they are? I'll give you a hint. It is an insect. So I'm actually asked the question is, what order does this insect belong to? It's got sucking mouth parts. And they're a common pest of all indoor as well as outdoor plants. So what order does this insect pest belong to? This one that's sucking on the jungle vines.